We Got This Africa, proudly brought to you by Frytol. Frytol, you deserve to be well.
Girl, listen.
What is love? Some say it exists. Others say it's a fairy tale. Some say it's rare. Others say it's very easy to find. But however it is, or whatever it is, all of us must experience love at some point in our lives. Because you just must. And in an age of technology where most people pretend and all of us are just a little bit fake, how easy is it to find real love in these times? When you compare, the love you've had in the past with the love that you can get nowadays, sometimes it can be very scary. And today, I'm going to be talking to my friends Ashaki and Ama on We Got This Africa about love and how to find it in this age. Stay tuned.
We got this.
You're watching We Got This Africa, and today I'm hanging out with Ashaki and Ama, and we're talking about love. Charlie,
Hey.
how are you guys doing?
Cool.
Who's in love? I am.
I'm in love.
You are?
I'm in love.
Not in love yet.
Not in love yet.
I'm in love with my 3-year-old baby.
Oh.
And Jesus.
And Jesus, yes. We love the Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. But what is your, let's go back a little bit.
Yes.
Let's go back to the best love experience we've had. Let's start with you, Ama. Best love experience, like
Best love
the
experience.
one that really,
It might,
like,
I know it might sound absurd, but I think my best love experience was when I was somewhere, I think 16.
Oh,
16.
wow. Young and fresh.
I said it might
and
sound
reckless.
absurd,
Oh.
but listen, I'm
It's
what?
sweet, actually.
I'm in my 30s now. When I
Yeah.
look back, I still think that's like the best love experience I've had in my entire life.
Okay, tell us about it.
So I had a crush on this fine guy who used to live in my neighborhood, so fine, and then you know all the adrenaline when you're 16
Yes.
and you see this guy walking by with his basketball bouncing. I mean, I tell you what. So I went to senior high school, and he made the basketball team.
Okay.
So when we go from school to go and watch them, right? I just look at his shoes, his basketball shoes. He had these unique shoes. It was yellow.
Okay.
And it was a Jordan. So when I go, I just look out for him on the court. And
He's
listen.
gonna be on part.
Oh, he is.
And so is she.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not. So yeah, I had a crush on him. I tell you what, I had to eventually, I think it took a year for me to be able to tell him that, listen. I went to him and I told him, listen, this is what it is. I've had a crush on you for about a year.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, his dad and my dad were friends. But we just didn't know each other like that.
Yeah.
And I think that was the toughest thing I had to do at that age.
Yeah.
Walk up to a guy and tell him that,
You're
listen.
brave.
What did he
salute
say?
you.
He said, so you know what I wooed him with? I said, oh, don't worry, I know your dad, and my dad,
Okay.
And he's like, oh, okay. And then I remember that day he walked me home.
Hey.
I walked him back home. He walked me back home.
Hey.
That reminds me of free night calls. You
know,
cut the line. No, you cut the line.
No, and there was
No,
free night
sorry, we
calls
sleep
then.
on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So that's what happened. And eventually we started dating.
Oh.
And yes, we have
Shoot
a
your
child
shots.
together. So
Oh.
that's my first love.
Wow.
True love.
Huh. Look at that. At 16. I didn't know anything.
She said she
about
had
that.
16.
Yeah, she has a baby with him.
You have a baby with
Yeah, I
him?
do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I had my baby with him at 19, so you can imagine how deep the love was.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's a really sweet story.
Yeah.
You?
Okay, me. So yeah, I think my best love experience, I was in university, and so I dated this guy. He was also Dadaba, an MP's child.
Charlie, all these
That was
daddies.
squad.
But then I was used to, it was, say, the SS. So we did it from SS into uni, and it was the SS kind of relationship, So after that, I met this other guy, and he was older, and he hits me with the old guys kind of love. He wasn't older, 10 years old, but then he was older, and so he would call me. He would actually like call me, hey, I want to take you to lunch, and actually like pull up. And I have to get dressed, and say I'm going to lunch, and then he wait for me, and I'll walk to the car, and then say, oh, you look nice. I'm like, oh, thank you. And then like we would take pictures in the car, and like we'll go and have lunch. We'll spend the whole day together. We used to go to the beach. The other one was like school. Oh, come over, go over. You watch movies. You eat, you make Indomie, but that other one was like a step up from what I knew. And it was like, the kind of love that you used to see in the movies, And at the point, we started working together because like our jobs sort of worked together. So I
know who you're talking about.
Nah. We're not mentioning names.
I know who you're talking about.
and so he was a photographer. And
I knew that I knew it.
And a makeup artist. So then, I used to like do makeup.
But he's really hot.
He still is kind of hot.
He's really hot.
Yeah, he is. He's a handsome man. And so I'll do makeup. He would take pictures. Like at the end of the day, we'll talk about work. He's editing. I'm like, so you did this and you did this. So it was really, it was
easy.
Yeah, it was easy. It was functional. It was productive, and it was sweet. So I think that was my best love experience.
And I think that guy's a really cool guy. Like
he is.
The two of you look really cute together.
Yeah.
Still look cute together.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Still look cute together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we've all moved on.
The
The great thing, the reason why I say that is my best love experience. The great thing is we've all moved on. He's in a sweet relationship with a girl I actually like. They have a very healthy relationship.
With a girl you actually like?
Yes, I actually like her. I've met her, and I have moved on. I have a baby with somebody else. But we still have such a good working relationship, and it's amazing. Like, if I need anything, I call Nini. He's always there for me.
Okay, take that again. Without saying Nini. It's okay. If I need anything, I call him.
So the great thing is we have a very great working relationship. So if I need anything, I call this particular guy. He's always there for me. Then if I need to take pictures, anything, I need to design anything. And if he needs makeup for anything, any project he's working, he calls me. Yeah, and there's that respect.
Yes, but the good thing about good love is that even when it's over, you're still able to have a healthy
relationship.
A healthy
you have that friendship. Yes, there's a bond.
I'm like all those toxic relationships that ends, and then
you don't even hear from the person.
Yeah, you block them everywhere. You block them, and their family members and their friends, because that's how done you are.
Anyone who might know anyone who might know them.
Yeah.
Now, this might sound really cliche, but I think my husband is the best love I ever had.
Aww.
And thinking about it, it does sound really cliche, but it's because we really never had to try so hard.
Yeah.
I think I know about that love story. All the way from school.
All the way from school.
Yeah.
I was walking around campus minding my own business, looking for hostel.
Wow.
Actively looking for a hostel to stay in.
I've never heard your love story, so this
I'm just giving you a little bit of it, right? I was looking for a hostel, Charlie. Hustler. When I was in uni, my mom used to buy me these sneakers from China. So I was
you are so fake.
With my China shoes. My mom used to import shoes from China. So
but stop trying to be a hustler. You're not.
Look, you are the one who knows guys that play basketball. My aim that let's not get into it. Where exactly
continue.
I want to hear with Jordans, real Jordans.
You know Jordans,
That's
back in the day too.
We all know who the Dalabis on this table are. So you let the rest of us see. Do you know where I'm from? But
I'm from
Gamashi. We are all Dalabis in our own rights.
Yes.
So back to my China shoes, right? And my China phone, the one that to turn it off, you have to give it some time. Like you press on the off button and then you give it some time and it will do the. And so I was walking down the somewhere on campus and I saw this billboard signboard that said, hostel, hostel, hostel. If you want a hostel, call these numbers. 3 numbers were listed. 1, Malik Adebayo. 2, Kabute Adodoaji. 3, what's Osofo? I forgot his full name.
Kabute started business long ago.
So I called one of the numbers, and then when I was calling, I saw these 3 guys standing down there somewhere. I saw them looking at me like, but you know, I was just doing onlooking, pretending I hadn't seen them.
Yeah.
So as I was walking down, you know, the campus, that path from the cafeteria to the signboard, I saw them looking at me, right? I just kept walking, and then I saw the sign that said hostel, hostel, hostel. So I picked up my phone and I dialed the number, and I saw one of the guys pick up the phone.
Hey.
I was like, hello.
That was your husband.
And they responded, hi. I said, please, are you the person who has the hostel deal? He said, yes, we're looking at you right now.
Was that your husband you were speaking to?
So I walked out. I'm talking. Why are you
I'm
trying
sorry.
to interrupt my story? So I walked down, the path to the other side. I was like, hi. So you're Malik? The Malik answered. He said, yes. I said, so you are Kabat. So I thought it was Kabat, right?
Wow.
Because they had written Cabutt. How do you pronounce that?
Kabat.
Yeah, Kabat. So I said, you are Kabat. He said, no, Kabute. Kabut. It's like, well, nice to meet you. And that's just how we started, like we hit it off. So we were friends for a long time, just, you know, friends, just hanging out, friends, going places, Wait, you were in the mix somewhere.
Was I?
So somewhere in the mix.
Of course
At
I
some
was.
point, we tried to convince you to run for a beauty pageant.
That's
Did
true.
you ever do it?
No, I didn't.
You didn't do it, right?
No.
We tried to convince her to run for a beauty pageant around that time.
Wow.
And he then tried to convince me to run for a
Well,
beauty
you
pageant.
are beautiful, so it makes sense.
so
She
are
was
you?
the hottest girl.
Hey.
And I did everything I could. And I said, please do. She said, please, I have a baby. When I close from lectures, I have to go and breastfeed.
Aw.
But that was true though.
That was just...
Because I didn't
was
have
like,
any
oh my
help.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's...
You've done amazing. You've done
She was
amazing.
like, no,
Yeah.
after lectures, I go home because I have to breastfeed, so I can't do... And like, that was where my respect for you just shut up.
I'm a mom, so I respect
can
that.
Yeah.
Well
Good
done.
times. Good
Thank
times.
you.
Anyway, so that was when love was, nice and sweet, and
Yes.
you didn't have to DM for prizes.
Hey.
Now, we're going to talk about love nowadays and how it is, Charlie. How is it nowadays? You're watching We Got This Africa, and I'm hanging out with my friends Ashaki and Alma. Stay tuned.
We got this.
When I open Frytol sunflower, nature comes to life. When I cook with Frytol sunflower, family comes to life. Nature gives to you in every drop, goodness in every bite. Nature gives to you in every drop, goodness in every bite.
Just give to you in every drop.
Feels great to have a hearty, healthy family. Frytol sunflower cooking oil, also cholesterol free for tasty, healthy meals. Love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
We got this.
Finding love nowadays in this age of technology and how we are able to package on social media, we are sometimes not close to what we do on social media. Can be tough. So today I'm discussing love with my friends who are both very kind and cool girls.
Aww, how kind.
And I wonder, like, how are you guys doing it nowadays? Sometimes I just thank God I don't have to deal with that.
Wow.
Because you're married.
Because,
And that would mean that you're actually happy in your marriage, and that's a great thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I think about, okay, so what if you were looking for a nice guy nowadays? Where do you go? Like,
Yeah.
how do you find guys nowadays? Tell me, where are they? Like, how do you find love now? How do you meet guys nowadays?
Well, I'm not looking for love or anything of that
Why?
sort. I'm just a firm believer that it can happen anytime. Just like how, you found your husband on a
Walking,
billboard.
right.
Walking signboard.
Yes, on a
Yeah.
billboard.
Shit.
So I don't think that you should actually like try to force love. Sometimes you're just minding your own business, then boom, it
shows up,
happens.
yeah.
But you such a lover of love, like you just love.
Yes,
like,
I love
my
love.
boo.
I love love. I love the feeling.
Yeah, so-
I love loving people. I love couples who love each other. Yeah, I cry at weddings all the time, and I may not even like know them. I just see them dancing and I start crying. I just love
I
love.
thought it was all about love, but
Yes.
It's not all about love.
Well, not necessarily for me. I'm not going around looking for love, really, because there's a
Exactly.
lot of fake people around now.
Exactly.
I know.
And
It's
tell
scary.
you what, if you're a guy and you DM me or you send me a message via social media and say, hi, pretty, do you know my response? Sometimes I feel like I'm being too uptight, but it gets me upset. Hi, pretty. My response is, can't you see my name? Like, you can,
Exactly.
hi, Amma. Don't start with hi. I feel it's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, somebody else might think, oh, it's a compliment. I'm past 16. No compliment anymore. Because you just seen my picture on social media. I probably just posted something. You don't know me. Hi, pretty. There's more to me than pretty.
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, but
What
he
she
can't see
said.
he can't say hi intelligent.
No, but her name is there.
That's a good one. I'm saying, courtesy. Don't approach me like
I mean, for the
that.
first
For
time.
the very first time. I don't know you. You don't know
Okay.
me. I don't take it. I don't take it like
And she's
that.
not portraying. I don't think she's portraying herself as a slay queen on Instagram.
No.
I mean, if it was a slay queen,
exactly.
no
Sexy.
offense to slay queens. If you are
Pretty.
taking pictures for profession, it's okay. But like that, she's not like a model that you say, you know, hey, beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I think it's
I understand
nice
what
for
she's
a
saying.
man to say you're beautiful. I mean, if he came and say hi, sexy lady, or
Oh, yeah, you
ooh,
get that
I
too
like how
sometimes.
round your body's looking. I don't know, but if he says hi, beautiful,
That's
I just-
it. I'm not going to respond. I'm just going to block you. I like how your body. Are you serious?
Charlie,
Yeah.
do you know how people are looking for compliments out there? Like,
Not me.
Yeah.
okay, so social media love can be hard too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there are many people who actually find their husbands on social media.
I find it so hard to believe, but I guess it
But the
happens.
people on social media are just you and I. They are
I
actually
know,
like real,
and not
actual
as
people.
uptight as me, because I don't think I'll ever find love on social media.
No, I don't think you should
Your husband is
restrict
watching.
yourself.
You know, your husband is watching.
Watching
It's
somebody
like, you
slides
think
in your
the-
DM, and then you know they are very courteous. They say they have a very. You seem like a formal person. They have a very formal
I am.
introduction, and then
I think I am.
slow by slow, they break down your walls, and then
No,
it
you
happens
can't.
for you. I don't think you should
can't do
restrict
that.
yourself.
You can't do that.
You
You can't
sure?
break down
Hey,
the
yeah,
wall.
you
Nah.
will find husband on social media.
I'm going to add this to my prayer topic.
Yes.
You find your
Well,
husband on
maybe
social
we should
media.
have the show again, so I can come and explain my how I
How
found my
you found love in a
husband.
hopeless place.
Testimony time.
I know, right? But a lot of people find love on social media.
Yeah,
a lot of
it
people look for love on social media. You know, in them days, we used to look for love in church.
Yeah.
The choristers.
I think it still happens.
No,
People
really,
have the
it does?
notion. Well, I'm always in church, so I feel like people have the notion that, you know, if you want a good girl or a good man, you have to come to church. And then they forget that the church is actually for sick people. Sick people, in quote unquote, like, if you come to church, we are not perfect people.
Right.
We are just very flawed people looking for God. So
Right.
a lot of people in church actually have a lot of issues, and God is still working on them. So yeah, that's something that
So if you
people
come to
need.
church, you should know
You
that
shouldn't be guaranteed that you're going to find the perfect person. Sometimes you find people in church who are better than
I kind of feel people know that this is what people think, that you find good people.
bad
in church.
church
So they just
boys.
show
Oh
up
my
in
God.
church,
Yeah.
so they can look for whoever in church.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because they want
Some
to
of
go
the
to
baddest people are in church. What are you saying?
church. Of course, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. Of course.
Okay, so where do you go if you want to meet a nice guy? I've been asked this question
That's a
many
tough one.
times. Like, where do you find nice guys in Accra?
That's
you
a
know,
tough
where
I
do you
think
go?
it just happens. I don't think there's a particular location. That
So I used to feel that way until a friend of mine told me that now, if you're looking for a man, you can't sit in your house or continue
I was
to do
just
your work
about to say
and think that
definitely
that
not
your
sitting at
husband,
home.
your Prince Charming will come to your house and say, "I have come."
True, absolutely.
You have to.
Others,
go
the
out.
only,
You
the
have
only
to go
person you're going to
somewhere.
be finding is the garbage collector.
Because they come to your
Wow.
house. Because they come to, and he might be cute and you might like him, you know. No?
No,
Oh,
please.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I don't want to
No.
sound like I'm big.
no, no, not the garbage collector. No,
don't say that.
not
You
the,
know-
maybe the owner of Zoom Lion, but not the
Oh
garbage
my
collector.
God.
himself.
You never know. You never know. Obi nim obrimpo ashase.
Your friend never shall say.
You don't like them.
No, I mean very regionalized. We are not.
But really, have you been in a relationship that money has, broken up?
Yeah.
Like money problems.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. So I was in a relationship with a guy. This one was a toxic one, and both of us just didn't have very good spending habits. So we didn't save, and we would blow our money together, and then at the end of the day, we'd just look at each other and we'd be very sad. So we just realized that
this one is not good for you.
You can't call me out, I can't call you out. We just get caught up in the moment. So it's not gonna work. So that was it. But it was very, very adventurous.
Actually, a lot of people who break up because of money is because one is stingy. Not that they are spending the money, but
so this one was a different one. So then
that actually sounds fun.
So we actually have good plans. Like, okay, so we'll do this. We'll buy this, we'll do this, and then the money comes and we are just like we go into a trance. Like, okay, let's blow it.
Sounds like a nice experience.
It sounds like a fun relationship.
Yeah, it was.
But in a relationship you should have in your 20s.
Yes, it was in my 20s.
Yeah, in the 20s, save, but spend the money too.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that when I was 20.
You're good. You're fine.
I was saving money. And now I think of all the fun things I could have done.
Yeah.
But
you can do it.
I was saying this yesterday that I have a feeling that I really should stop saying, I should have done this when I was 20.
Just letting the mommy part just take over you.
Because I'll be 40 and I'm going to think, when I was 30, I could have done all of these things.
Yeah, so it's a good time. It's actually a great time.
Look at how hot you
are.
Like, buddy. It's a conversation for another day.
Okay, let's have it. So the time is as good as now to do anything that you want to do.
Definitely.
So it's good. But when you talk about having relationships nowadays, we're very tempted to think that it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, and so on. But is that really the case? Is it possible and easy to love and find good people nowadays?
I think that it starts to find love. You have to love yourself, because you have to know yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to know the things that take you off, the things that actually bring you fulfillment.
Right.
Then once you are, in alignment with that, you can find and attract the people that are actually good for you.
In the spirit of finding and attracting the people that are good for us, what are the things you like and the things that are good for you?
So first of all, obviously, like I said, the faith is a very big issue. But apart from that, I really like somebody that I have a connection with. Somebody that I don't have to perform to be loved.
Go out of your way.
So I have to be very comfortable. We can just sit and not say a word and we're good. I don't have to do too much. You just love me for me and my being. So that connection, and somebody that looks good, because I should look at you and thank God for his good creation. Like, I'm not even,
high five.
High five. Like, I'm not saying be like, six, do you understand? But then, like, six-pack and everything. But you should look good. I should look at you and think, oh my God, you're good to look at.
When she says that, she reminds me of my first love.
Okay.
Because I used him after him. I just used him as like a yardstick for everyone else who came. Listen, you've got to be tall, you've got to be dark, you've got to have large eyes, you've got to have red lips. Oh lips.
Let me tell you about large eyes, okay? Okay. When they look at you, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. So when you have a very good looking guy, you start imagining how good looking your kids are going to be, and the
but now I'll tell you the thing about that. If you've noticed a lot, when two very fine people come together,
sometimes it goes off.
Oh my goodness! Sometimes you can see a couple with their kids and like, oh fine, and then you look at the kids and you're like, I tell you,
why does that happen?
I have no idea. But you see a fine, one of them fine, one of them like directly.
All children are pretty. We don't call children
to their parents.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
You're mean. I have seen some children who look nothing like their parents.
Yeah.
But and sometimes that the child looks like somebody else in the family. But you know what? Children that don't look so cute when they're young grow up to be very cute adults.
I think there's a backstory to that. Someone looks like somebody in their family.
No,
their
that's what I mean.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes they look like,
my mind-
they're great grandparents.
okay.
But children that don't
Yeah,
look so
like them.
cute when they're young, they grow up to
Sometimes
very
end up
cute.
growing up to be very nice.
true.
I've seen a lot
You know
of that.
those our friends in JHS who are the finest girls in the
No,
class.
don't even. See,
Nowadays, you meet someone.
But some people maintain.
my niece was born. My niece was born with no hair. She was practically bald.
Oh, I know a story of no hair.
And if you see her today and you look at her baby picture, like it's direct opposite.
Yeah,
True, you're right.
So speaking of finding a very hot guy, you might play 2-6 and loss. You might find a very cute guy, and if it's because you want your kids to have
And
the
you
best
see,
genes,
but that notion
they just
about
might be looking like someone in their family.
now, I think I've changed that. I'm looking for somebody who is matured.
Yeah.
Somebody that understands me. I have 2 kids. You don't want to go in for somebody who is saying, "Yo, it's Friday night. Let's go and club."
What's wrong with that?
Well, every weekend there's a problem with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have things to think about. I have kids to look after. I'd
Yeah.
rather, can we
What
save
she
that
said.
money?
Okay.
Once a while, we can go out of town. We
Yeah.
can do, but then, listen, I've clubbed, I've clubbed like
Thank
the
you.
whole, my whole life.
Thank
Been
you.
there,
I
done
think
that.
you're so much like me.
Look, I used to club Friday,
You might be
Saturday,
my soul
Friday.
sister.
I tell
Honey,
you.
I used
drink
to
to that.
start on Thursday and retire on Monday.
I tell you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been there and done that. So I'm looking for somebody who is like, somebody who is there for me.
Everything
not
she's
necessarily.
saying.
Well, I will look at your looks, but not entirely.
That's
Yeah.
not the whole point
no.
of it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at.
But you should like I'm saying, like I don't have to look at you and despise you.
Right.
Do you under-
You
and
wouldn't look at someone you love and despise them.
so that
Tell you what.
I guess what I'm trying
You
to say is
just-
I should be attracted to
Yeah.
the person
Attracted,
because
yes,
attraction,
yes.
yeah, attraction goes a long way.
Yeah.
If I'm not attracted to you,
But
it
you
won't work.
know
Yeah.
that you might find someone who you're not instantly attracted to, right? But then they're kind, you know, they're Christian the way you'd like them to be
Oh,
Christian.
yeah.
They love your kid.
Yes.
They're stable.
Yes.
They're mature.
Yeah.
You just find that you fall in love with their personality and the way they are.
As time
and
goes on.
as time
Yeah.
goes on, they look pretty to you.
Yeah.
Like it just.
Absolutely.
You look
that's
at
why I
them
said
and you like.
connection
I've been
as
there
well.
before.
If there's
You
I've had an
just be
experience
full
like
of
that
appreciation
before.
for who they
Yes,
are and how they
definitely.
love you, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you know other people might look at the two of you and say, "What does she see in him?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
but
you'll
then-
be absolutely
You know,
happy,
yeah, it
and, you know,
happens.
over the
It
moon.
happens.
Well, looking for love nowadays can be tough, but hey, there's so many good guys out there, right?
Yeah.
Right? If you're a good guy and you're watching, please comment I. You're watching. We got this, Africa. We'll be right back.
Can you feel on your face? We got this. Can you feel on your face?
When I open Frytol sunflower, nature comes to life. When I cook with Frytol sunflower, family comes to life. Nature's gift to you in every drop, goodness in every bite. Nature's gift to you in every drop, goodness in every bite.
Just give to you in every draw.
Feels great to have a hearty, healthy family. Frytol Sunflower Cooking Oil. Also cholesterol free for tasty, healthy meals. Love your food, love your life.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Can you feel on your face? We got this. Can you feel on your face?
You're watching We Got This Africa, our episode on love. Finding love in this age and especially in your 30s. So what's the real hard thing, ladies? Like, what is the real hard thing when you think, finding someone to be with maybe for the rest of my life right now will be hard because?
I think with me, I feel like people get attracted to me because of my figure.
Okay.
Number
you're
one.
hot.
I'm not going to say that.
Because you're hot.
but that's the truth. They see you and then they fall in love with the outer you know, and sometimes it's hard. I tell them that, listen, I have 2 kids, and that's even like listen, like you have 2 kids. I need to date you. You don't want to date me because I am me. You want to date me because you've seen this mother. You've seen a mother of 2 who has such a great figure.
I was thinking that. I did not mean to say it. Okay.
So it usually doesn't end up so well.
All right.
You know, for me, and I think guys don't know what some guys don't know what they want. You know, they just go out for anything. They don't have criterias. It's just, look, I've seen this girl and I like it. What are you looking out for in that person? What's I think they look at today, like then what we can do together. It's not, because I'm a mother. If I'm going to be with somebody, I'm looking at, first of all, whether my children can bond with you.
Thank you.
Secondly, I'm looking at whether this relationship, I've passed the stage of just getting into a relationship for the fun of it. So I think it's difficult, especially when you're a mother, because then your criteria and your whole idea of wanting to get into a relationship with somebody totally changes. And you don't have a lot of men out there who understand these things, you know. And for somebody who has 2 kids, you're probably looking towards somebody who is matured. Most matured men are probably either going to be married or they are going to be just having fun around. They are not married yet at a certain age, so they don't really want to settle down.
Would you like to date a younger guy?
I've tried it before, and honestly, it didn't work for me. And my auntie told me something once. She said, listen, you've always been a daddy's girl. And so they think I look for someone who has my dad's, like, so I always look out for somebody who has this mature, you can be young, but there has to be some sort of maturity with you. I need to be able to discuss stuff with you. Whilst the young guys is like, Charlie, what's the next shoe I'm going to buy? Charlie, where's the next place we are going to hang out? No, I want to be having conversations like, where are we taking the kids? You know, can we go on a vacation with the kids? It has to be involved them. It can't just be you and I, because I have kids.
Yeah, but don't you think it'd be too much to ask someone who, I don't know, but I feel that sometimes as moms, we are a little too, we make all of our lives about the kids. And if you're trying to bring somebody else in, sometimes you need to make it about the 2 of you.
Not necessarily. I'll tell you why. Because I believe what you start with, the person has that in mind, that you are starting off without your kids. We might as well just go on without your kids. So once you come in, I need to let you know that
this is it.
This is it. Of course, there'll be times I want to go on a vacation where it's just you and I. Wake up the next morning and we have breakfast in bed. And there's no, mommy. No, of course not. That's definitely going to be you and I time. But it can't be just you and I all the time. That's what I mean.
Yeah. But do you think that it'll be hard for a man who has no kids, who's coming into a relationship with you who has kids, and I don't know, do we need to just cut them some slack because they don't get it yet?
I think I don't really. This conversation can go so many ways, but I feel like, first of all, it comes down to maturity and what a man wants. If a man wants to date you and they know you have a kid and they're serious about you, it's not going to stop them
at all.
Do you understand? But for me, on my part, it's really, my child is a part of me. She's not going anywhere. Do you understand? I'm responsible for this little human who depends on me for everything. And if you're going to be a part of me, means you're going to be a part of my child's life. And so right from the get-go, if I sense anything is not right between, you and my child, or how you get along with the child, it's a deal breaker for me. And it's rather sad. Do you understand? But it's something that I cannot compromise. Yeah, you have to. So let me tell you this fun story. Somebody sort of, it was like, okay, so she gave my number out, my friend, to a guy. And then she was like, oh, I think you guys would be great because you're both the same age. He's a good Christian and this and that. So just chat. And so we're chatting, and he knows I have a baby, right? It's my DP. The first thing you see when you start messaging me. But for 24 hours since we started chatting, he hasn't mentioned anything about my kids. So I messaged my friend. I was like, you know what? This is not the one because my child is there in my DP. But he still hasn't said, hey. And that was a deal breaker for me. And it seems a bit critical, but that is me.
Why didn't you mention your child?
No, but he knows I have a child. It's in my DP.
Maybe he doesn't know she's your child.
No, but my friend told him.
Okay.
Do
But
you
maybe
understand?
he thinks it's private. I don't know.
How is it private if you're...
No, maybe he thinks, you know, you don't talk about someone else's daughter.
How? Don't you
I
talk
don't
about
know.
someone?
Oh, is that your
This
child
is-
in your
this
DP?
This is someone
She
you
is
want to
very
have
cute.
a conversation with.
comment.
How do you not
Honey,
speak?
No.
moms nowadays, and it's for good reason, are very critical of men who want to comment about their daughters because the world is a scary place.
No.
So if I were a man right now, I'd probably be very careful talking about somebody's
So now-
daughter and calling her beautiful because you never know where that's
Okay, I
how it'll
understand
be
where you're
interpreted.
coming from. But here's the backstory.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
So
a
my
backstory.
friend, my friend has told this guy a little something about me and told me a little something about him.
Right.
Okay.
So you're messaging me, you know what it is.
Right.
Do you understand? It's not like you're some stranger, you're coming to comment about my
I
child.
agree with her.
Yes. So then for 24 hours,
Okay.
Out of asked
you're
that,
talking
"Oh,
about
I hear
every
you have a
other
child.
thing
Is
and
that your child in
asking,
your
yeah,
DP?
you're
I would
asking
have.
every other question, but my
But-
child never pops
okay.
in. Do you understand? So this
Right.
is somebody
He has no
that
interest.
he has
Right.
no interest in that field.
Whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
obvious
so
from the
it's
very-
yeah, it's a deal breaker for
Whitney
me.
has always said that Whitney is a friend of mine. You might know her on social media.
Yeah.
Whitney watching Mensa, and she always says that when you meet a man, even if you don't have kids, like this is for all girls, when you meet a man, you should be interested in a man who loves children, wants and loves children, and not a man who can tolerate and handle children.
Yeah.
You know when he said
He must love kids, and that's if you want to have children, because
Yeah.
that can be a deal breaker if
Yeah.
he has no interest at all in us.
Of course, you know when you said we should, when you were asking whether we should cut men who don't have kids some slack. You know, now if I come into your life and I see you don't treat your kids or you don't treat your child well, I might as well just continue that way. Or you don't give your child attention. I would go with the flow.
That's what he also learned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how do you blame someone like that? Because even you don't make your child or your children priority.
Yeah.
And my children are absolutely like my number one
Thank
priority.
you. What she said.
Whether I don't mind being single because a man doesn't want to be with me and my kids. Hey, my kids are forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Boyfriends
Men come
come
and
and
go.
go.
Yeah.
Husbands die.
You can even get married and still get divorced.
This is like, so I don't know if it was in a film, like boyfriends come and go, husbands die, but girlfriends are forever. I think it's a sad statement, but when you have children and you're trying to date, that's something you should keep in mind, that your children are forever.
Exactly.
So if the boy is going to be coming in and has an issue,
Yeah.
boy
Boy,
loves
bye.
him and he's the
Yeah.
best, handsomest, nicest, coolest guy,
Yeah.
and he has a problem with your kids, better to let him go. Because
Yeah.
your kids are
Bye.
forever.
Because it's a
Yeah.
problem that you don't want to. You don't want
Yeah.
to, marry someone and then 5 years into the marriage when like your
They
whole
want
life
to ship
is
your kids up to boarding school. So
Because
Or-
like she said, they always give red flags.
Yes,
so
the
why
red flags,
you've
yeah.
really,
You
really
see
got
it.
to pay attention
you
to
see
it.
it.
Yeah.
You see it. You see it. You see it. Charlie, but can we just agree that for both parties, it's not easy?
it's not
It's
easy.
not.
Yeah.
It's
for
not.
both parties.
It's, I think we're just talking about
Yeah.
we who have kids, and I mean it's true. We're trying to
Yeah.
be, but
For
of
both
course
parties, it's
I'm
not
not a
easy.
man who hasn't had a child, so I can't speak for him. But I'm saying that yes, you in as much as we should talk about ourselves, we should also try and put ourselves in their shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
won't be easy. Imagine you're a woman, you haven't had a child, and you are going to date a guy who has a child. or
Yeah,
two.
let's talk about that.
And some
you-
children can be very irritating.
Yes.
You know,
They
they can
be
tell.
little demons.
I don't like you. Daddy, I don't like it. What
Yeah.
would you do?
I'll die.
Yeah.
I'll die.
But I think that in such
children
situations-
sense vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Children
do.
can just sense it. If you're a mean person pretending to be nice,
Yeah.
a child will see it.
Yeah.
And they would not be nice to you
And
because
they'll call it out. as it
exactly
is.
because they can feel the vibe.
It's true.
They know when a person is good.
True.
Even dogs are able to do that.
So this is
They
what I
can
was about
tell
to
if you're not a good
say.
person.
Even like with us, once you can sense, that this person is good, then I think you can, sort of slowly ease them into your life
child's
and
life.
what you expect of them, like your expectation and your
Right.
realities and stuff. So, but then the first connection there has to be there. Yes,
Definitely.
it has to be.
Definitely.
Connection.
Very important.
So if I don't know, if we met a very nice guy today and we liked him, like in today's ICT world and technology and dating and apps and posting my picture, why didn't you post my picture kind of situation. If you met a guy today and you liked him, tell me how it would flow. Like, what would your relationship be like now? You know,
for me, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I've never posted any picture of any person I've dated on social media. It's just me. I'm just private like that.
Yeah.
Even if I don't post pictures of my kids. Well, when it's their birthdays, I do. But aside that, you don't see me posting pictures of my kids.
Me and my
I feel like it's a relationship between you and I. It's not. It doesn't have to be out there because now, listen, there are men who post their wives or girlfriends every single day. Do you know what they do? And the other girls, they know they have other girls who understand them.
Yeah.
So it's not like a deal breaker for me to say that if you don't post my picture, no, because I won't post your picture. So if you don't post my picture, I'm fine. But what I will not tolerate on social media about a guy I am dating is if I see you posting and the other girls or commenting hot, sexy.
That's just straight
chic,
disrespectful.
real chick. I won't tolerate that.
Yeah, that's
because
disrespectful.
That's disrespectful because I won't go under any guy's picture to go and comment, oh, you're hot. Oh, I won't do that. Once you start using those words, what do you want me to think about you? It means you find those girls attractive. You might as well go on and be with them because someone else finds me attractive.
What if guys are commenting under your picture and saying, "Sexy girl"?
I ignore.
While you have a man.
I ignore or I delete.
Okay.
But you know, but a guy should be happy to know that other guys actually find the woman they're eyeing nice and sexy.
But if you don't know me, come and comment sexy and
but
picture.
I think guys, well, I don't.
I will delete your comment.
No
Or
guy
I will
wants
respond
something
to
that
it.
Nobody
man
wants.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah. So if you met a guy today, you liked him, like how will your relationship function in your mind's eye now?
How will it function? Okay, so if I met a guy today, we would just flow. I mean,
You
once
on WhatsApp?
No. I don't know. So I don't want to meet a guy and then we'll be chatting, and you finally meet, and then the vibe is off. Because mostly when you're chatting, it's sort of you're a different person. Not like a different person, but it's like
You
I
can
need
have
a
connection
witness
on
here.
WhatsApp that you can't have in
exactly.
real
But then you
person,
meet
yeah.
the person and you realize that they pick their nose or they do this or they
have bad breath.
they have bad breath.
Oh
They
my
have bad. They
God.
don't smell good, or they're just dirty.
Or they just have
Well, I laugh like that, so they better do that.
Oh no, you don't.
That's not how you laugh.
I know. That's why
You guys. So like I was saying. Yeah, it won't be social media kind of love, because you meet a girl and then all her pictures are flawless because she filters them, and then you meet her and then you realize that it's not real. So definitely if I meet someone, we would meet a lot in person because I want to get to know you, not the image of you that you portray to the world.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's so real because all of us put out what's best about us on social media.
Yeah, there was a time that you
know-
posted this meme, not a cat t-shirt.
Meme? Okay.
Yeah, and it said that, because she's always posting stuff on her website. It said that the reason why you're not dating is because you don't filter your photos.
Exactly.
Filter them. When you meet them in person, you explain. Yeah.
But sometimes I think like the anxiety of not having met the person, the anxiety. Sometimes you've got to try. If you don't try, how do you look? Sometimes you might just keep the flow over WhatsApp, the messages. And then wait for a bit and meet the person. I mean, if I meet you and I don't like you, I don't have to respond to you.
wasted all your data.
Which data?
No, but I won't chat with you for a whole month and then I haven't
Look,
met you.
sometimes the vibe via messaging or WhatsApp can be good, can be great.
Yeah, and you meet the
And then
person.
yes, I would have wasted my data. Maybe I would have wasted my makeup and my time and everything. But that's just
See,
once.
a friend of mine said she wasn't going to date a guy who she was chatting with on social media because every time he took a picture, it was just from his head. He only takes pictures.
There must be a problem.
There must be a problem down there.
He probably has hips.
There's nothing wrong
the things that we worry
some
about.
people just don't have selfie game. Look, it's as if nowadays, if you want to be able to like put yourself out, your pictures must be on point.
Right.
If your selfie game is poor, you are not getting a girlfriend in this town.
Yeah.
Like, unless you physically meeting people, because what you put out there is what people judge you by.
That's true.
And that's why people are also have perfected the art of being fake, because you put in like what's best, your best angle. Because I have a good side. When I'm taking pictures, I say take my good side.
Yeah.
Right. Because I want
There's
to.
nothing wrong with that. But now you're
Exactly.
fabulous on your social media. You're fabulous in person.
Say that
as
again.
well. You're fabulous on social media and you're
Okay.
fabulous in
If
person.
you
And so
insist.
if you're portraying something of you out there on social
must be
media,
real.
it must be real. Make sure
Yeah.
that when the person meets you, that's what they get, or even better.
Exactly.
Because and you know, there's a flip side. There are people that when you're chatting with them on WhatsApp, they're very
One
slow, one word, but you meet them and it's
then it
like
flows.
all
Vibes.
the feels, all
Right,
the vibes. So
vibes,
there's
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So your social media must match your personality.
Yeah, but if you can't, Charlie, when you meet them, you explain.
Yeah, explain like the means.
Like me, if you can't, like me, because I don't post anything.
When you meet them, be like, I know my social media is so far, but I'm
Yeah.
trying.
I'm trying. You must
I'm-
succeed in this life.
Yeah, you have to faith it
Till
till you make it.
But not
So,
in the area of love. Yeah.
It can be hard, but Charlie, how for do? May we find love, continue to have the love we have, and find the ones we need. And Charlie, it go be.
It go be.
We got
One
this.
day, one day. We got this.
One day, girls go blow. Thank you so much for watching this episode on Love on We Got This Africa. I've been chatting with Ashaki and Ama. If you're looking for love, you can comment under today's video, and your special someone just might be there.
Yeah.
My name is Naa Ashorkor. It's been great hanging with you.
Although it's far, make you no give up. It only makes us stronger. Whatever you do, do them well. Make you no worry. We go stay okay, we go be alright. No, Inyami, go chichino. Inyami, oban your face. Inyami, walk on jano. Kenyan fe, oban your face. Inyami, go chichino. Inyami, oban your face. Inyami, walk on jano. Kenyan fe, oban your face. 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 We got this. Kenyan fe, oban your face.
We Got This Africa, proudly brought to you by Frytol. Frytol, you deserve to be well.